G'day guys, this is Broadcasting Because, and today we are going to be talking cricket. In fact, cricket games. Now, to be honest, I've been following this story for a little while and I've waited without really saying anything, but a couple of things have happened in the last week or so that I really want to talk about. So the lowdown is this. Cricket games have finally been recognised again as the 2013 Ashes campaign heats up. Maybe not by EA Sports, but at least it's something. So there are two cricket games set for release in the near future. One is Ashes Cricket 2013 by 505 Games and Trickstar, and the other is Cricket 14 by Big Ant Studios. Big Ant are the guys that made AFL Live and Rugby League Lives 1 and 2, and Trickstar are a relatively unknown quantity. Now the interesting thing is this. 2 days before the due release, 505 Games announced that they were delaying the release of Ashes Cricket 2013 until sometime in July. Now that isn't the end of the world, but why the delay? The interesting thing to note is that just over 2 weeks before they announced the delay, Trickstar released some screenshots of the game that until then was all tell and no show. People went ballistic on Facebook, dissing the game for its poor graphics and minimal improvement from the average and best game that we had in 2010. I mean, in one screenshot the bat is being held the wrong way round, and in another the fielders look bored. I was like most, it looked poor. And what's worse is it looked finished. Particularly considering the English and Australian cricket boards threw their official sponsorship behind this game, I can't express how disappointed I was. Even overlooking the lack of licensing in other areas and teams and all that sort of stuff, the game just looked underdone and rushed. So I reckon it's pretty clear they've gone into a sort of damage control by delaying the release, trying to make some sort of improvements that they really need. But the plot thickens. Big Ant have also been producing a cricket game which isn't centred around the Ashes and doesn't have the big licenses. It's been simmering away in the background somewhat, posting every now and then about the admittedly really good looking player creator mode called the Cricket Academy. That is, until just 2 days ago. On Wednesday night Australia time, Big Ant made the following post on their Facebook page.
Check out some early screenshots of Cricket 14 across the Planet Cricket.
Under the title,
Ashes Cricket delays, Big Ant displays.
Accompanied with an obvious jibe at their competitors.
Oh, and look for a Cricket Academy update this Friday.
Whoa! Thems is fighting words. To be fair, Big Ant didn't write the article. That was done by Matt Whitehorn from Planet Cricket, and I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But still, Big Ant are clearly taking advantage of a PR nightmare for 505 and Trickstar, who've resorted to putting out a ridiculously unprofessional Q&A. I can forgive the delays and all that, but when the shabby attempts to rustle up some sort of credibility by not answering some questions while filming it with a hammer, it just doesn't bode well for the game itself. And you know what? I say good on Big Ant. As a company, they're going from strength to strength and starting to build up a bit of a following. But what I think is most important is that all of a sudden, we actually have some competition. 505 are either lazy or complacent in handling the development process and publicity that their game has carried. In a market as devoid of decent games as cricket, I'm surprised that they didn't expect as much attention as the game has gathered. I feel sorry for them in a way, but at the end of the day, if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the oven. I've got to say, it looks to me like the underdog Big Ant is going to wipe the floor with cricket this coming season. And I really hope that spurs 505 and Trickstar to lift their game a lot. Guys, I'm a huge cricket tragic. I played the life out of Cricket 05 back when EA made games. And at the end of the day, I just want a decent cricket game. Here's to hoping 505 can pull their act together and make something worth spending more than 10 minutes on, and also that Big Ant can deliver another great game. I left a few important links in the description, including links to the Big Ant forums and respective pages on Planet Cricket. I encourage you guys to check them out. There's a lot of helpful information on there and updates and all the stuff that's going on, and there's some really good reading stuff down there, so be sure to check all of that gear out. I would really like a decent cricket game, and to be honest, I think it's due. If you enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to mash that like button and hit that subscriber button. It's like giving me a virtual high five, and everyone loves high fives. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Cheers, and stay tuned.